Senna is my favorite F1 driver. A little bit before my time, but we're gonna drop two of his cars. Of course, it's related to the F1 league I'm trying to do on AMS2. Stay tuned. Alright, as a continuation of my AMS2 classic Formula One cars, I realized I didn't even drive the two Senna McLarens. So we're going to hop on AMS2 today and compare the V10 MP4-5 and the V12 MP4-6. And my question is there really that much of an advantage with those compared to the other two cars and the rest of the cars in the grid? So Gen 3 has the 5, which is the V10 3.5 liter Honda car, while Gen 4 has the V12. But stay tuned. We're going to kind of see where they drive, how they drive, and ultimately if I need to keep those out of the racing league. Stay tuned for more. Alright, we are in AMS2. Now, like I said, just hanging out, kind of thinking about the league and expanding it, and I realized I never drove the two McLarens. I'm partial to V10s, so I was like, let me hop on track and drive this, but I realized I never actually did check to see how close the 4-6 is compared to the others in the class. Now, right away, it is the most powerful car in the group. 757 horsepower. Doesn't have the most torque though, but so the V8 still has the most torque, but this has the most power, and it's a pretty big gap if you consider the what this makes to what this makes. 90 horsepower right there. And I was actually racing the computer, and of course the two cars in front was this one. So we're gonna find out if there's really a big advantage with this car. And of course, kind of a continuation of that is like, if I'm gonna allow the Honda to be ran, why not allow the other one to be ran? Now, this is what I would get if I decide to allow them in. The thing is, if I allow those in, then I mean, you can't just pick cars individually, so that opens the entire Gen 3 versus Gen 4, which I don't know if I'm quite ready to do yet, but I'll find a picture of them side by side. This is the MP4-5. Now the 4.5 is probably a better car. I think better aero, simply because watching the video, kind of learning about these cars, they had to give so much room to get the V12 to fit in the other one, in the 4-6. But it's, I mean, 690 horsepower, 300 pound-feet versus 757 horsepower, 300 pound-feet. So realistically, I mean, they're gaining 9 pound-feet, but they're getting 40 horsepower, or yeah, 60 horsepower. So they will probably say it's worth it. Obviously, the top speed 210 miles an hour versus these keyboards kind of annoying, 205. So there is that advantage, but like I said, I think I was driving this car doing a race at Spa, and first and second place were these two. I mean, it's a track-like spot with these huge straightaways. Of course, it should be. But anyways, man, let's go ahead and hop on track, and we'll drive the 5B and the 6, and just kind of compare the. I mean, really the noise, and then off camera, I'll put down my best lap times, and really see how much of a difference it is. I'll be honest, I'm really hoping that this is comparable, because I'm a huge Senna fan, and I was thinking about, like, why would I block that off? Anyways, it's definitely a cleaner, slimmer car than the V12 car. But again, that horsepower difference. But the noise this thing makes. And like, you can kind of feel that wall. I'm arcade driving right now with this cockpit view. Anyways, let's go ahead and I'll add in the shot of the V12 coming up the hill. Not expecting the V12 car to be that much faster here, but I do feel like I'll need to run less aero in order to make up that top speed gap. Also been kind of playing around with the tuning of these cars to ultimately get my setup down. But if this is comparable to the Williams that I want to use, and the V12 isn't too far away, I'll definitely talk with Matt about adding this into the mix. Alright, this is the V12 car. This is a sweet camera angle. Yeah, I just don't. Oh, it kind of hits that wall, but it punches through it better than the 5 does, for sure. 88. This is also the last H-pattern car. The last H-pattern V12 to win the championship. And I'm actually gonna, for comparison's sake, I'm gonna also throw in the V12 Gen 4 car. It's actually the Ferrari. It's a Ferrari. I'll add an image in of the Ferrari right here. But that's a V12 7-speed. Now that didn't feel fair to me. I did burn the back tires, and that's why I put it at third. But I also noted, like, hey, if I spend that extra time with it, I know it will be the fastest car. But like I said, this is the most powerful of the classic gen cars, with the 757 horsepower. I think it's 309 pound-feet. So has that sound on lock. Yeah, this is the one right here. It does have that sound on lock. Yeah, this is actually the old Ferrari, the 1991 Ferrari. But I mean, the noise it makes. Those back tires, especially that back right. Anyways, back on track. I'm gonna see what I can do with the 5 versus the 6. Yeah, this car is damn good. Maybe I should take all of them to Le Mans with 0 aero and see which I can lay down the best lap in. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get serious. Gonna see what I can put down without touching the car, any settings or anything. So I will be back, and I'll throw in the V12 with some actual seat time. I think the last time I threw it in that comparison, I couldn't believe that the back tires were completely gone before the 4th lap. So I'm gonna short shift a little bit more in that car and directly see. But this is the V10. Like I said, it's kind of whack to cut off the Senna cars completely. So I'm gonna answer that question of, is there really like an advantage? Now, I mean, with the 5 and the 6, it's only, you know, 1 season apart, and the 5 is definitely, it looks like it carries more philosophies of the 4 as far as you know, being slippery with aero and less drag and things along those lines. So why eliminate it from the mix? And you know, if the V12 is 2 seconds faster, then you know that kind of helps answer that question. This definitely doesn't feel like it's distinctly weaker than the you know, than the other Gen 4 cars. But anyways, I will be back in a second. I don't know. Yeah, this car, it, yeah, it's an amazing car. I do think this is more drivable than the Williams Gen 4 car. So I got I was almost in a well, I ain't no almost. I was in a we call it a selfless state where you just driving. So no doubt, there's no doubt in my mind I'm quicker in this than I am in the Williams car, the V10 Gen 4 Williams car, because I'm not fighting it. Like, I don't feel like I need to touch the diff or the aero like I do on the Gen 4 Williams. I do think I enjoy the newer or this layout. It's definitely harder to drive. The newer layout is safer, but the curves on this one, you got to be a lot more accurate. And I was supposed to be off camera, but the car is so damn good, I can't shut up. And that's why I drive off camera. If you ever wonder why I don't show the lap times, that's why. That's exactly why. Anyways, I'm gonna go off camera for real, see where I can get this car. But damn, I ain't gonna lie. That the Williams might be in trouble. And just look just look at it. It's far and away one of the better looking cars in my opinion. Yeah, that's tough right there. I mentioned how Senna went and drove that champ car to help negotiate. Oh, it's so much. The power is evident. This is yeah, the power is evident. What was I saying? The V12 Senna went to champ car to basically as a negotiation tactic, and he talked about how the champ car was more of a driver's thing than this is. I know F1, even with it being an H pattern, has the most tech. Yeah, so I do believe that this will be the fastest. But the question is, how much faster? You definitely feel that extra power. And then I'll throw in the V12 lap time, the Ferrari lap time to compare. $30 more horsepower than the other V12 car in the class. What was Honda doing? How do you get 30 more horsepower than Ferrari with the same displacement? Actually, I know how. It's the VTEC. It's definitely the VTEC. It's definitely the VTEC. I do wish I had an H pattern. I drive a 6-speed in real life, but I'll flat out admit there's no way. Like, I can heel toe, I can rev match, but there's no way with this. Plus, I don't even know if the game would like communicate, especially not with Simpson pedals. Maybe if I had some killer hydraulic pedals, I would probably get more enjoyment. $156.5. I'm gonna go off camera, guys. That's what I meant to add. With all that being put in the video, do you think we should allow the McLarens to run? And if we allow the McLarens to run, do you think Classic Gen 3 should be allowed to run? I like that MP4-5B more than I like the Williams car. But ultimately, it's not up to me. I want to make the league more appealing to a wider group of people. That's why I've been asking. And of course, there are other things to think about. You know, like if we do GT3, which I guess I'm not against. There's gonna have to be rain. There's gonna have to be ABS. There's gonna have to be all these things, but it broadens the group. So maybe that's an option. Anyways, back to the video.
Were you? No.
Man, does the V10 McLaren Honda fit in with the other cars? Yeah, I was a little worried because of the horsepower difference, but there's enough speed there. It does feel like, to me, it feels I'm just that little bit more confident in the corners. I was very close between the V12 car and the V6 car. So the V12 car, which is the newer one, I went 57-103 on the 1993 spot layout. And before I get into the rest of the times, if you haven't driven the 1993 layout and really like pushed, you definitely should. The curbs are so much higher than the newer version of the track spot, and you know, a lot of what they done is for safety reasons. You know, going up Redillon and Eau Rouge, it's a corner more than it is in the newer layout, but like literally everywhere on the track, you know, the curbs are just so much taller, and you lose so much time if you touch them too much. With the newer ones, you can kind of ride them out. But in the MP4-6, I went 57-1. And I'll add images in of, you know, these lap times. I realized I didn't the last time I drove. In the V10 car, I went 57-3. So it's only 2/10 off. On tracks that are more handling heavy, you know, for example, Laguna Seca, I do feel I'd be quicker overall in the V10 car. So if Matt's cool with it, I think we should allow the both McLarens in simply off of that. But the shock of the century, I did mention, I didn't feel like I gave the V12. It's the Ferrari from 1991 a fair shot on the last video because I fried the back tires. So I was like, you know, just for comparison's sake, Let me throw this V12 in versus the two Senna cars, and man, I went 56-1 in the V12 Classic Gen 4. Completely blew my mind because, like I said, the last time I drove them, I literally fried the back tires. Like, the bar was completely gone on the back tires. So I don't know if I just like got in the zone. I don't know if I slowly got better. Probably because I got better throughout driving. But 56-1 that's pretty damn fast. I think for ultimate lap time, the 2020 layout, 2022 layout is better, but the older layout is much faster, much more challenging. But with that being said, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I think allowing the 5 and any other older Gen 3 cars in, I don't think it'll change too much. I do see more people going with the newer Gen 4 car, but I'm glad I drove that MP4-5 because I definitely think it's better than the Williams. The Williams is the FW14, but it's not the FW14 that has active suspension and the CVT. So a lot of it is there, but it's not quite a Formula High Tech, which is what the 14B is. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna comment. Comment what track you would like to see me drive next, and stay tuned for more. Apex Vision out.